Okay, welcome back everybody. You're watching the Gigabyte Dota Master Tournament. I'm TriFFman. Joining me is Gods from Absolute Legends, and tonight we have a replay cast of GoG versus Zenith. Now we're having to replay cast this because there were two matches on at the same time last night, and we had to pick between them which one we wanted to go to. I can't remember. It was Space Monkeys versus forget the other team. It's fallen out of my head already, but yes, it was Space Monkeys playing yesterday. But
Space Monkeys played like 3 games yesterday, man. It's just sort of blurred into one.
It was Space Monkeys versus MUSC. Now that was the second one.
The last match we did was Space Monkeys versus Orange.
There we go. Team Orange, of course. Clanton versus his old teammates, Mushi and the rest of them. But yes, so tonight, GoG versus Zenith. Replay cast this, but straight up we have an Invoker ban and a Windrunner ban.
10 seconds. Yeah, Invoker, Windrunner being banned out by the two teams. Chen and Prophet also seeing their quick exit. So those jungle here, well, I don't know, you can't really call Prophet just a jungler, but Chen the jungler going to be banned out. And now we're going to see just what Zenith decide to go with for their final ban. They've got the first pick, so they're going to have full access to whatever's left in the pool.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talk about, well, obviously Prophet is a strong jungler, but honestly, as of late, I see him more often in the lane, just because, like you said, you know, jungling does weaken up your lanes a bit, even though it does let you play for the long game a little better. I think the only real exception to that rule would be, obviously, Chen and Enchantress, just because they can get really active, and they can pressure the lanes really easily. And it's always a bit of a worry when you're in the side lane and you know there's a jungler, there's a jungling Chen or Enchantress ready to sweep out from behind you, so you always got to watch your back when playing that. But Chen, yeah, well, there's Chen being picked off. Would not be too surprised if we see, well, often we'll see teams ban Chen and Enchantress together, because I mean, if you're worried about Chen, you're worried about Enchantress, usually, just because their pushing power is very similar, and also, well, honestly, Enchantress can get stuck in even faster, just because she can get those 2 creeps a lot faster than Chen can, whereas he needs a few levels before he can go.
Yeah, absolutely. Chen is, the Enchantress is a much more sort of early game threat. Chen sort of shines in the mid game when you get the heals up with the ultimate as well as the mech. It's a much nicer teamfight hero. Next couple of bans coming out, we do see the Antimate as well as what is a red Pandarin Brewmaster model. Are you seeing this?
Yep, I'm seeing this, of course. This is a new update.
Wow. Holy crap, that is new to me.
I think it's a little orange. It could be a little, I know that the red pandas are not, I don't think they're quite that colour. I think they're a little bit darker. He's looking a little fake spray tan at the moment. Maybe just needs a little tweak. But Lycan sneaks through the banning pool. He goes straight into the picks and grabbed up first by Zenith. I'm interested to see what they can do with him, just because I don't think we've seen a dominant Lycan. Every time that he sneaks through, the other team, they have a plan in place and they manage to shut him down early on. So I'm looking forward to see what kind of damage that maybe Zenith can unleash with him.
Yeah, it is one of those heroes that does seem to get shut down. Whenever teams let him go through, they're just thinking, okay, we've got a plan to beat him, whether it's picking up a hero like Beastmaster to lock him down, or just going for a push strat of their own, or some kind of mid-game dominant strat where they pick up heroes like the Earthshaker, the Windrunner. We're going to see GoG go with the Tidehunter, the Darkseer. We've seen a lot of Darkseer use, and Darkseer's done very well throughout this tournament, so definitely a good pick up there, and the Tide's going to give them the team fight that they maybe need here.
Yeah, of course, Ravage is just such a show-stopping ultimate. And of course, you know, Titan is a really good bully hero, really good brawler. He can get up the front, really prevent people from pushing past him, or, you know, he can be played in a softer supporter role. We often see, you know, he'll do his fair share of the warding, help out with the courier, stuff like that, but if he's given the farm, we will normally see him go with the Anchor Smash build, just because Anchor Smash, maxing out first, it's 225 damage on a 4-second cooldown. That's really, really low, and on top of that, it's AoE. Obviously, you've got to be able to place it, but when you've got a hero like Darkseer on your team, it's not very difficult, even without a Blink Dagger, to get in close to where you need to be. But also, what else have we got here? Crystal Maiden being picked up, so they've got some good support coming out here. I am expecting Leshrac to be a farming hero. Like, they will sort of try and play him as a semi-carry. He might be played as a support, but I kind of doubt it. So anyway, we'll find out, Gods, but Venomancer being picked up here to complement the Tidehunter.
Yeah, Venomancer with the Tide, that's going to give them some big AoE team fight. They've got the Venomancer ulti, the Tide ulti. I definitely agree. Leshrac probably going to be played as a sort of semi-carry farmer here. It is where the hero does shine. And with the CM as a support hero, they've got some strong lanes, depending on how they want to do this. They can put the Lycan in jungle if they really want, but I think Zenith are one of those teams who favour to put him in lane, either as a solo hero or as a tri-lane hero. I mean, Lycan can actually do okay versus Darkseer. You can't really stop Darkseer farming, but much the same. Darkseer cannot stop the Lycan farming. We're going to see a couple more bans coming out. Marana as well, as GoG's 4th and 5th ban, and then we're going to see just what they decide to go with as their 4th and 5th picks. As mentioned earlier, man, something tells me they're going to pick a punch.
I think we're losing you just a bit. The call quality has really deteriorated rapidly. Wow. Skype being useless as usual, but yeah, I do like the Mirana ban just because having heroes like Darkseer, Venomance from Tidehunter on the team, allowing them to get a Mirana in there as a semi-carry, just a Moonlight Shadow, just so good for setting things up. It really puts a lot of pressure on. Also, quick warning to anybody who's going to the GigabyteDonamasters.com, if you click on standings, you will have this match spoiled because Zenith, I'm pretty sure Zenith, this is the only match they've played so far. So yeah, if you click on standings, you'll see basically whether or not Zenith has a win or a loss, and you'll know the outcome of this match. So just fair warning. You can go to the Gigabyte Donamasters site, just don't click on the standings link if you don't want to know what's going to happen. But Queen of Pain, though.
The standings has not been updated.
Oh,
so
okay.
okay.
Right, okay. I stayed away for that reason. Just
yeah, that spoiler is not there. We've only updated the standings for the live matches, so that's not going to be there. We're going to see, yeah, Queen of Pain being banned, as well as the final ban coming out for GoG. They banned up the Broodmother. It's a smart ban. It's a strong sideline hero that would not be that easy to deal with, and we're going to have to see what Zenith decides to go with, as Shadow Shaman is the 5th and final ban for GoG.
It's like, I can hear, the TT Esports boss man in the background yelling angrily at someone who's probably screwed up an order, but the Rasta, I like this ban just because Rasta is such a strong hero, really good push, and we saw yesterday, the Rastas just dominate the mid lane, just completely just control lane with the zaps, the ether shocks, really, really nasty spell. Queen of Pain, though, getting banned off, not really sure if she was, I don't know, I don't really find her a huge fan with her. Definitely a decent hero, but don't normally see her up there. But anyway, regardless, just waiting for the next couple of picks to come up. We've got the Die to pick up their 4th hero. Let's see what they go with. I think they could do with another support. And it really depends what they're going to do with this Lycan. But we saw a Lycan show up earlier, and he just sort of didn't get in where he wanted to go. Like, he tried to jungle, had all his scamps blocked, and then, well, had to go to lane with really not fantastic items, and then got shut down even harder there.
Yeah, with that jungle Lycan, the lane suit and stuff, they're going to go with an Enigma as their 4th pick here, and that's a hero they could put as that side lane solo, or they may decide to jungle in, but I think it may be a side lane solo Enigma. We'll have to wait and see, but definitely it is a hero that gives them some strong laning and as well as some nice mid-game push. They've got the Enigma, the Lycan, as well as the Leshrac, 3 very strong pushes.
Indeed, lots of push, and there's that Pudge pick that we heard about, so we'll see what kind of damage he can do. I'm just looking at this Die lineup at the moment. I'm looking at this. I'm assuming it really depends whether or not they're going to try and jungles like it. Of course, as we said before, farming the lane is definitely faster than jungling, just because Lycan takes time to get up to speed in the jungle, just because level 1 wolves are not fantastic. They die pretty quick, don't deal a lot of damage either, and you'll often see Lycans having to tank a bit of damage for them early on just to help them out. So if they're trying to lane, I'm just wondering to send the Enigma to the sidelines. So, Doombringer! Okay,
wow.
Maybe solo mid Doombringer. I was about to say they could do with a solo hero if Leshrac and Chrisman are going to support, but now I'm honestly not sure what we're going to do here. Maybe they're planning to jungle the Enigma, send Doom, I don't know. That is a bit of a weird lineup, I think.
Yeah, it's weird, but I think they'll either Enigma or Lycan will be in jungle, depending on how they want to do this. I think it'll probably be Lycan in jungle, because the Enigma can solo the bottom lane. They can send Doom mid, as you said. Doom does fairly well against a hero like Pudge, and they've got the CM as well as the Leshrac to maybe be a sort of a strong dual lane that they can send top against a hero like Darkseer. They could easily punish that Darkseer, put a lot of pressure on him and stop him from farming. So either Enigma or Lycan likely to be in the jungle here, or if they really want, they can do the Enigma and the Doom as the 2 solos and put their tri-lane with the Lycan at that top lane.
We'll see what they can do then, indeed. I'm just thinking, they've got the Pudge for the solo mid. It looks like at this point in time, whether or not they pick up another support hero will determine whether or not Tidehunter is going to be played as a soft support. I would assume that Venomancer would take on the hard support roles and try and give Tidehunter a little bit of farm, see what he can do. Getting a fast pipe up or something would be absolutely fantastic. Obviously, there's a lot of magic damage on the Dire team at the moment. There is a ton actually, but the only pure physical, like the only large amount of physical DPS that's going to be put out is going to be from Lycan. Maybe a little bit there from the Leshrac. Obviously, his diabolical edict is mixed damage, so it gets reduced by both. But what have we got coming up here? One more pick, and there we go. Nakes, what? Okay.
Wow. Partly to counter the Doombringer. He's one of those heroes where Nakes does more damage. He's good against tank heroes because of the way that his passive works, and that's partly why he's being picked up here. He's going to be run in their tri-lane. So the Tide, the Venom are going to be the 2 supports for the Nakes, and then Pudge mid, Darkseer probably top, but there's a lot of melee heroes on this Radiant line that can easily get kited around, and that's an issue when you're up against heroes like CM, Leshrac, and Enigma, the Enigma stun, the Black Hole are going to be so powerful. Not to mention Leshrac. I mean, these are melee heroes. They have to get in nice and close, and Leshrac is going to go to town with Edict and ulti, I feel.
I really feel like we've seen Leshrac just cause all sorts of hell, but in this case, I don't know. Maybe Enigma will help out and do the soft supportive roles while we'll have. I'll just change the scene. While we'll have Enigma while we'll have Leshrac as a farming hero. And if they don't, then Leshrac will be a sort of a soft support role and won't get quite as much money as he can. Obviously, he won't be doing the bulk of the supporting, but still, any money you take away from Leshrac is money that he misses for sure, just because he does so well with that early farm. And Lycan heading straight out to mid with no items. Is he going for a fast ring?
I'm not sure. He's actually sitting mid with the Doom at the moment, so I think it's a bit of a mistake. I think he's going to go back and buy something. There's no reason that he'd be intentionally sitting on no items at all. Yeah, he's going to send out his wolves from that mid lane and go back, get that mana back and buy some items. I think he was just trying to get as far out as possible before he summoned those wolves.
Oh, just to make them last for longer.
Yeah, make him last a bit longer. I think he is going to be soloing that mid lane. It looks like Enigma will be at bottom, and then the Leshrac CM will be in that top lane, possibly with the Lycan, depending on whether or not he is in jungle.
My Leshrac bottom lane flying. I don't know why, but they're flying. I'm just watching them run.
Wow, mine too, man. That is legit.
Okay, so yeah, legit wolves. Oh, hacks already. As Lycan says, sup, good luck, have fun. You can't deal with these flying wolves, these flying dogs of doom.
It's brilliant. I don't think it was flying for these teams. Maybe this is with the patch update.
Oh yeah, the patch update could have messed. Actually, we're probably lucky it still works, in fact. It hasn't messed everything up. Maybe we'll get some really weird glitches as we go on, but we'll find out. As people in the chat are pointing out, there are 4 melee heroes on the Dire side, which is indeed slightly unusual. Not the Dire side, the Radiant side. They've got 4 melee. That is relatively unusual. You've got everybody except Venomancer there. But, I mean, I don't think they're going to struggle too much. I think they should be okay. Just because we've seen Darks here, even though he's melee, he does really well. Even against ranged heroes. In fact, you'll see him often just going toe-to-toe with heroes like Windrunner. We see it quite often as Enigma now trying to hold off. And, I mean, this is a 3-man lane down here against his solo Enigma. So it's not going to be too hard for them to control it, even though there's 2 melee in the lane. They should be just fine.
Well, it's going to be a bit hard because Enigma can use that conversion to deny the way back. We can see it's already pushing towards his tower, so Enigma should be able to get farm and XP fairly okay. The problem is going to be if they get a Gush Venomous Gale with that open wounds, Enigma will go down very, very quickly. Top lane looks like Lycan is going to be in the lane.
Gush, there's the open wounds, there's the Venomous Gale, and like you just called it, gods, easy first blood. There's a very he has to really hang back and let his Eidolons do the job, because otherwise he's in all sorts of trouble. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Darkseer hasn't actually picked a skill yet, still deciding what he wants to go for. Alright, and it looks like we will have a support Leshrac here, not dead happy about that, but still, it looks like at the moment they're double pulling just to try and really deny Darkseer any experience at all.
I like this laning set. The Lycan farms so much faster in lane, and Leshrac, with this creep pull, he can actually get some farm and levels. He won't be all that far behind. It's not something strongest to use Leshrac, but with a Lycan getting free farm, it's definitely better than having the Lycan in jungle, as he's going to be the key hero for Zenith in the mid game.
This is true. He's such a powerful force in that mid game. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, melee versus melee, again, not a huge deal the fact that they've gone for this massive melee lineup in this current setup. As Doombringer, I'm just seeing, trying to figure out who's winning. 13-6, 2. Wow, Pudge 3-for-1. Pudge struggling indeed. Really not having much fun there at all. Looks like he's going to be pushed. In fact, Doom just diving all the way, getting that deny, and then walking out again because he can. In fact, it's just like Pudge is really getting pushed back here. Doom's just farming, and Doom may have made a mistake. Pudge though doesn't get a hook off. That could have been devastating.
Yeah, there was a hook there under that tower. Ooh, he's going to salve up. He's got the bottle. Hook going to miss at mid, in fact, as Doom has the bottle, has 300 gold. He is farming very well. Going for the level up on Devour, so he's going for the sort of trying to maximize his farm.
Okay, so we haven't got a real Dendy, we haven't got a legit Dendy playing at the moment. We'll see what he can do in that mid game. I'm also interested to see what he does with his item build, whether he goes for an older sort of the older sort of Hood of Defiance sort of build, or if he'll go for, like, I know Dendy right now favors, or as I saw him in the international, that he favors the 4-staff. And then Urn and a 4-staff. That's his favourite combo that I see him using frequently. He tries to use the whole push as he hooks with that 4-staff.
Yeah.
It's very, very effective.
And mid lane, yeah, Doom not getting any points in level death. I feel like if you go level death, you can easily maybe pick up a kill or two here or there on a hero like Pudge, but he's going to go for the safer build, get the survivability from Scorched Earth, and Devour just going to guarantee that he can get up a very quick Vanguard, which will give him all the survivability he needs. Lycan has actually switched to the jungle. This is smart. They lamed Lycan to get early levels and farm, and now that he's got the level 3, level 4, he can jungle so much quicker. And that sort of solves for Lycan's weakness. His weakness in the jungle is that his level 1, level 2 jungling is very slow, but by laning to get level 4, he's going to allow Leshrac to get some farm in the lane while he then switches to the jungle.
And they've mass ports come. This is good from the Radiant. Realising they need some support. The Split Earth and the Frostbite, though. It looks like we're going to lose Venomancer here. Leshrac balls deep in enemy territory, in some serious trouble. He will go down as well. Just pushed in a little bit too far. And I don't think that was a worthy trade for them in the end, just because, well, Leshrac kind of wanted that money, didn't want to end up getting killed there. Not at all, whereas they can afford to lose the hard support Venomancer on the Radiant side.
No, yeah, totally agree. And oh, hook on mid, Pudge latches on, but I think Doom should be okay. The Scorched Earth with boots. Pudge does not have his boots yet. Maybe if he had boots, he could have chased that down. But Doom proven to be too tanky. Doom's now got a point in level death. I think he's going to wait. When Pudge hits level 6, he can then get that multiplier on him and maybe look for a kill with Doom and the level 1 level death.
I'm wondering if we'll see a JO Speed Demon build here where he gets eats one of the Cabal Taskmasters for the Speed Aura, then gets early drums, and once he pops Scorched Earth, well, you're not catching Doom. Maybe unless you're Lycan, but just about nobody else is. It looks like Darkseer picks up a kill on top. Didn't realize they were jumping on Crystal Maiden there. As soon as she got pulled out of position, she would have been utterly screwed there. But Darkseer doing, of course, the Iron Shell build. Just looking, and Venomancer actually picking up a 2nd level and Poison Sting early, not bothering with the wards. Interesting decision.
Oh, wow, that's very interesting, especially against some sort of ranged heroes like Leshrac and CM. It's hard to actually get in and do that right-click damage, so I'm not sure whether that's a misclick. I'd say it'd be more likely to get a 2nd level in Venomous Gale than to get the Poison Sting. But either way, we'll see what he does with that. Enigma's actually decided to come in towards mid lane. He's sitting behind the Doom, looking for a counter gank here, deciding that he does not want to lane against Nate's giving him a bit of a hard time at bottom, it seems.
Pudge has gone invisible, has moved into position. Venom, oh, that's Titan coming from bottom. I think he's just smoked up. Doesn't have his ult up here. There we go. They're going to go on Venomous. They're going to go on top of Enigma. Unfortunately, Doom on top of Pudge. Pudge will go down. Denies himself. That being a real dick. But they're going to lose Enigma. They're going to lose Tidehunter as well. Crystal Maiden porting to help out. Looks like Venomancer in some serious trouble as well, although Doom is out of mana. Unless Crystal Maiden can drop another nuke in there. It doesn't look like she can. But that was very quick on the Doom there from Doomringer. And unfortunately, no hard disables meant, well, not much they could do to prevent that, really. Tidehunter just too low level at this point in time. Of course, this is only 6 minutes in, so a side lane Tidehunter not going to be that high level.
Yeah. Oh wow. Someone's actually just noticed when you click these melee creeps, they say mega. They're all mega creeps apparently.
Oh well, that's random.
Oh, and this one range creep says number fix me localization. Some weird error going on, but it's not actually affecting the game. It's just
it's probably the replay because of the version.
Yeah. Exactly. But that's all good. It doesn't seem to be affecting too much apart from a couple of visuals. Darkseer at top, going to pop down some more Iron Shells. He needs to be careful. The CM and Leshrac are there with their combo. He has picked up an early Vitality booster. That's going to give him some nice survivability in this top lane.
I agree. Also, it looks like Doombringer will be picking up his own. Looks like Doombringer will be going for the fast Vanguards as well. Did you say Leshrac also had his, I think, as well? No? Oh, wait. Sorry, you were talking about Doom. Oh, Darkseer. Oh, okay.
Vitality, so yeah.
Everybody building Vanguards there, although I wouldn't be surprised if Darkseer doesn't go for the full Vanguards, just decides to grab the Vitality, because this is something we see now. They just go, you know what, ever since the Vanguard nerfs, they go, we don't want the full Vanguards. It's Pudge actually jumping on top of Doombringer here. Here comes the Iron Shell as well, and of course, Surge Iron Shell and Rot, so much damage over time. Look at Doombringer just lose his health rapidly. Not much he can do there, despite being so. He has a Vitality booster as well. He's got a lot of health, but Rot plus Iron Shell is ridiculous damage over time. But yeah, it's something we've seen ever since the Vanguards nerf. They don't bother with the full Vanguards because there's no health boost. They just go, you know what, I'm just going to sell my shield because it's not going to be that effective. I'm just going to go for the fast pipe instead and really help out my team.
Yeah, and GoG now find themselves up to 6 kills to 3. Really nice play by Pudge. He could only barely keep up with that Doom. If Doom had that speed creep you mentioned, he'd be a lot better off. But top lane, the Zenith find the tier 1 tower. With this Lycan and Leshrac, if they can get some towers, they can catch up, get back into this game. very quickly. They do have to worry about this life stealer. Life stealer's gone for an Ogre Club. For me, this is a bit unusual. I expect him to rush that armlet.
Pudge, though, gets taken out. The Doom is on Darkseid, so he cannot help out. As also Venomancer waiting the fight, does manage to bring down Enigma, but he could be in some trouble. I think we've got a level D coming. Oh, paused. What level is level D at the moment? Needs a level 6 to bounce to proc the extra damage, so he should be okay to get away. Although he's relatively low, actually. If Doombringer dives, it gets another hit off. Because Venomancer doesn't have boots. Doombringer's got the Scorched Earth speed boost, although he has been slowed by Venomous Gale. So, ooh, it's a race. It's a race. Level 2 Scorched Earth, not that much damage. I think he should be able to get away, provided the slow is enough to keep him off his back.
He can get the kill if there was no other factors being considered here. Darkseid can come back, surge him away, and we are going to see CM as well as Leshrac coming from the top lane, where the tier 2 tower has also been taken. So Zenith picking up 2 towers at top, and now they're going to come in and maybe cause some problems. I think Venomancer should die, and then Darkseid needs to be careful, because this CM coming in from top could cause some problems.
Yeah, especially if he drops the Surge now, because he's going to be, well, relatively low on mana. There's the cooldown, and it looks like he is in some trouble. Drops the Surge, going to save Venomancer, but likely to go down himself. One more hit, there he goes. He goes down. And now the Rax being pressured. Tidehunter getting killed outside the front of the Rax. This is extreme pressure now from Zenith. And it doesn't look like they've got a... doesn't look like GoG have got a response out on. There we go. Blue coming. Here comes Nakes, the Life Stealer. The Split Earth gets dropped. Doesn't matter though. Pops the Rage. Just screw you. I'm out of here. Doesn't take any damage. Meanwhile, in mid, an invisibility rune picked up for Doombringer, and he's got another 900 or so gold saved up, still farming away. He's still farming quite strongly. In fact, what's his CS right about now for the team? He's 44 and 13. He's doing pretty damn good. Yeah. Overall, currently the gold is, well, favouring the die by quite a bit. 5,000 gold. I mean, they've been utilising a jungle. They've gotten a few kills up, got a few, like, several towers pushed down, and of course, they've got all that extra money from the Doom's Devour.
Yeah, that Devour is giving them a big boost in gold, and the towers as well. That Lycan Leshrac pushing is just really giving them a strong advantage. We'll see Enigma pushing away at bottom, and a potential clash at mid lane as Doom has popped the invis.
Indeed. Looks like he did go for the full Vanguard. It's alright. Okay then.
Radiant's bottom tower is
but that's fair enough, as it looks like Enigma pushing this bottom tower. No contestation from there. It looks like they're just going to sacrifice... Oh, no, there we go. The ports are coming. The Radiant take the mid tower, then force Enigma to back up. That's a decent response from them. It will help them close the gap. You see there, the sharp turn from that gold from the tower. Meanwhile, up top, Lycan still farming. Has gone for fast floods. Has also picked up his boots, not having to sacrifice his boots. I think it was... Oh, was it... I think it was Myth, or was it... No, it wasn't MUSC. It was somebody... It was the Filipino team yesterday that had to sacrifice the boots on their Lycan. It was not a good look. The ward's going down as it looks like Pudge moving in here. He has got an illusion room bottled up. Looks like he is going to build that urn. We'll grab that fast urn. And what's his skill build actually? Yep, okay, he's gone for Hook, yeah, maxing out Rot after not bothering with his passive, just because it is retroactive. The Surge in from Darkseid. There you go, trying to get the Pudge in position. Here comes a Hook, or not, because he gets Doom, waited way too long there. The Ravage goes down, and it looks like Pudge might get taken out. The port's coming, Leshrac is here. Split Earth doesn't connect. Venomancer, though, getting frostbitten and taken out, as now Leshrac still giving chase. Pudge very low, barely surviving. A couple more hits, he will go down. And now Nake's popping the Rage, but he is outnumbered 4-2. There's the Black Hole. Nake's in some serious trouble as well. And Crystal Maiden dropping the Freezing Field, followed up by a stun there. Gonna finish that up with a Crystal Nova. And I've got to say, pretty big misplay from there. I don't know why Pudge thought he could just sort of, even with a Surge, thought he could walk in without copping a Doom. That was a bit silly there from GoG.
And it's a perfect hero Doom, because if he has that Rod on, he's going to take even more damage, while Doom, sure, there's a chance he may deny himself, but still, he goes down. And now Zenith will pick up this bottom tier 1 tower, get Roshan as well. Lycan is just attacking away. He's got Treads and Vlad. Interestingly, the Nake's is actually going for a quick Sanj. He's going to be making a Heaven's Halberd, I believe.
That will be pretty decent against Lycan, just because it will help shut him down during his ult point. But if he gets the fast BKB, then it won't do so much. But if he goes for the Necro build next, that will delay a BKB, and Heaven's Halberd will really, really mess with Lycan. Not only will it make it harder for Lycan to go toe-to-toe with Nakes, just because Nakes is pretty good against Strength Heroes, but on top of that, you'll have the miss chance, and then, of course, he'll be able to shut him down entirely, prevent him from attacking. But it really depends what Lycan builds next. He just pops some more Wolves there. He hasn't picked up Power yet, has maxed out Feral Impulse, which is pretty normal. So it looks like Crystal Maiden might get away here. She should escape, and go Gods.
No, with the way the Lycan's actually building, he may just go for a Necrobook. They're playing very push-heavy style here. So Necrobook here on the Lycan could give them what they need to break into the GoG base here, as they're looking very, very scary with this push. The Enigma just starting to get up those farm and items. He's about to pick up, he's actually finished his mech. We're going to see a mech up on Enigma, Lycan with the Vlads, and Leshrac with that maxed out Edict going for a BKB. That's going to be very, very scary for GOG.
Jeez, it will indeed. Looking at Doombringer, he has started, in fact he's leaving his Scorched Earth on level 2, he's happy with that there. He's happy with it on level 2, and he's started maxing out level D, and I suppose you're right, if they're going to start pushing, might as well start becoming combat effective, start getting those nukes up so he can really start hammering people, and of course, once it's on multiples of level 3, I think it's like 550 damage, I think it's pretty damn big. It's like a level 1 line ultimate and like an 8-second cooldown, it's pretty damn huge. Pudge might go for a hook. He goes for the hook, doesn't connect. Crystal Maiden just stops in time, sees it coming, hits the hold ground button, and doesn't walk into it. She's just going to share some farm there with Leshrac. And right now, Lycan having to pop his ult to get the hell out of the bottom, out of the top lane. And you're right, he is going for the Necro Book. Has picked up the Staff of Wizardry.
Yep, and mid lane is going to be pushed down as well. The Enigma finishing off that mech is on his way. And Tier 1 Tower, yeah, it's 140 HP, does not stand a chance. Doom up to 1600 gold. What he's going to go for, whether he just goes maybe for an early game push lineup, he could go for something like the Drums of Endurance or a Pipe, or if they want to play for more towards the late game, he could try and farm up that rating. I think just picking up either a Pipe or a Lads or even like a Drum of Endurance could be a big key item for him here.
I think so as well. But it looks like Enigma rolling. He's got that mech. Questions: will he go for it? Will he try and get a BKB next just to basically prevent him from getting hammered on by that Ravage? Or will he just try and pick up that pipe just to help out his team? In fact, what is Leshrac going for the early BKB? Crystal Maiden still with about 700 gold saved up. So I'm just watching Pudge, oh not Pudge, Titan to roll around here. Pudge is here as well. Enigma might be in some serious trouble. The Gush is up. Doesn't go for it though. Oh, there we go. Gush gets thrown in. Malefist being used on the Tidehunter, but there's a lot of support here for Tidehunter. Whereas, well, I suppose they could try and cut down the trees with a Split Earth, but otherwise they would be relatively cut off the dice, so I wouldn't have been able to help out that Enigma if he ran into serious trouble. The hook is ready to go, though. Pudge, though, not dropping. I thought he could have gone for the Enigma there. Could even try to drag the Doom out of position, but we'll see. Throws the hook in, misses the Crystal Maiden, and now he's about to cop a Doom. There we go. There's that Doom. Level D as well. And the level 4 proc, down goes Pudge, the extra damage there. Doombringer getting healed up by the mech. Black Hole catches all 3 heroes. Oh, that is a terrible result. And another freezing fills from Crystal Maiden. Stopped short, though, by Tidehunter, popping the Ravage. And Leshrac popping Pulse Nova, but not speedy enough to catch up to Tidehunter there. Will just escape. Will just barely escape there.
But a very convincing team fight there from Zenith. A great black hole from HY, setting that one up, and the mech helping keep everyone alive. Enigma escaping on red HP, Doom was down to red HP, and the Tide Ravage just came too late. They need that early on to set up their combo, but it wasn't there.
Well, he was walking in to do it. Unfortunately, Enigma jumped him with that black hole, as we see Darkseid just try and hold off the creeper from this top push. Is Lifesteal? No, he's going for a Sanjin Yasha. I'm not a huge fan of this, Gods. What about you?
Yeah, not the most common item. The armlet does give a lot more damage, and even the survivability you need. The Sanjin Yasha, its only real benefit is going to be that extra movement speed that you do get, but overall, I think it's a pretty ineffective item. He's going to pick up another belt of giant strength as well. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking here with this item build.
I'm relatively confused. That goes into a basher, I guess, but I don't know. I honestly don't know what he's doing there. It's definitely a very... I don't know if the Boots of Elven skin were a bit of a misclick. By the way, those are not very bootsy anymore. That looks more like an armlet. Anyway. Darkseid moving in here. He's going to try and chase up Leshrac. Leshrac has finished the BKB, so he could man up, get stuck in. I think he might just do that. There's the mouth. The Split Earth as well. Gonna pin down this Darkseid. Doesn't even get a chance to surge out. The hook goes in. What does it collect? It collects a creep. And the BKB gets popped there by Leshrac. Lycan wades in now. He's popped the Necro Book minions. I think, oh no, that's the Howl actually. And the Necro Book minions. They're a little bit different now. They're very, very small at the moment. I think they've got some alternative models. As now Lifestealer getting hit by the Malphus. In some serious trouble. Finally a hook lands for Pudge. Taking out the Crystal Maiden. Not really the hero that he really needed to get, but at least something is better than nothing. And now the mid tower just going to be pushed down here. I swear they changed the models for those little Necrobooks at level 1.
Yeah, they are looking like little baby Necrobooks here as Zenith, they want to keep on putting some pressure on this mid lane. The top tier 3 tower's also gone down fairly low. as this mid tower is going to get chipped away. I don't think they'll be able to get this Nexus back soon, but they are willing to at least do a bit of damage here.
See that Iron Shell get thrown down on the Doombringer, not really doing a whole... Oh, well, actually, now that Doombringer is chasing Leshrac around, it's doing a little bit. People realize, hang on, we've got to stay away from Doombringer, it's causing damage to us. Now, Doombringer has 3.5 thousand gold saved up, so it looks like he's going to go for that Relic, pick up the Radiance, and cause a ton of burn damage. Meanwhile, Lycan, as he's got second level Necro, and he's, yeah, working on the third one now, assumably. As Tidehunter, he's got the Bracer, got the Magic Wand, not a whole lot here. Venomancer are really struggling as well. And I don't know about this next build.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. And the support is just not getting the items and farm they need as well. The XP graph is getting very, very one-sided, as well as that gold graph. Now over 15k lead for Zenith at just 18 minutes in. We're going to see Enigma up to 2.3k gold. Could pick up that Blink Dagger, although he may just go for full utility and go for the pipe himself. As Doombringer is up to 4k gold, probably going to buy that Relic now and go for that nice and fairly quick Radiance, as it is only 18 minutes in.
Hook from Pudge collects a creep. Darkseer trying to save that hook, which was well off target with a vacuum. Unfortunately, dragged a creep in that was slightly closer. Either way, it looks like Pudge will have to back off and look for food elsewhere. He has to, he's actually maxing Flesh Heap now. This is different. I mean, one level would, I guess one level, like if he really needed the magic resistance now, really needed the retroactive strength now. But I mean, he hasn't got that many charges on it anyway, so getting it now over the rot doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. What about you, Gods?
I mean, it does. It's one of those spells that at level 1 it doesn't do all that much. It gets better and better as you level it up. I think he's just decided, okay, I'm really squishy. Whenever I cast Rot, I get doomed. So he doesn't want to have max Rot for when he gets doomed. If he gets doomed and he's taking an extra 100 damage a second from that Rot, it's going to really hurt him. So he's just saying, okay, I'm going to go for the magic resistance. And pretty much because of this Doom pick, he's going to just be relying on that hook. And we are going to see XY, the Leshrac, getting caught out a bit here, but he's put on the Edict. There's a hook. This one's going to latch on, and BKB is popped, cancelling the TP. Leshrac will go down.
Yes, finally, Pudge managed to land another good hook there, and that's definitely a hero that they need to pick off during fights. Meanwhile, though, the top racks is being pushed by Doombringer, as well as Lycan, although I think Lycan has done a Barry and Bal. Doombringer, on the other hand, quite happy to fountain dive all the way into the fountain. Will get taken out, though. A little bit greedy there. But he's got his relic, so I don't think he really cares.
Not sure what Chuan was thinking there. I don't know if you're aware, but C is Chuan, who plays for IG, which is one of the top Chinese teams. And he is the well, I don't know, he's not really a stand-in. He's a permanent stand-in for Zenith here. And that was definitely not a kind of play I'd expect from him.
I think he just thinks, well, you know what, we're so far ahead, we're crushing these guys, I can do whatever the hell I want. Gonna see the vacuum cancel the port. No, he's not, because it's on cooldown apparently. He must have used it before. May have managed to just miss the Enigma earlier on. Meanwhile, up in top, Crystal Main just getting her farm on up here. And she did go for the aggressive build, has left the aura till relatively late. Just because, well, if they're pushing, they do need as many spells, like as many nukes as they've got. And of course, you know, when they're pushing, generally there'll be quite a few Arcane Boots on the team, so you don't need that aura as badly. It's something you can, well, basically get away without. Because, I mean, really, you don't need the aura. It's gravy. It's icing on top of the cake. You've already, there's already lots of ways for heroes to manage the mana pool. It's nice to have, but definitely not a necessity.
Yeah, it's not something that's necessary, and the two nukes do give much better pushing power. The ultimate from CM has also been used to great effect throughout this game. Whenever they hit those black holes, CM is there ready to get off a nice ultimate, do whatever damage she can do, and Smoke is the call from GoG. They're going to look to try and make something happen, and it may be on the Enigma who is going to be getting that pipe up about 300 gold away from completing that. And no, they're actually swinging towards Roshan and those Ancients, where they're going to run into Leshrac again. Leshrac
realizes he's outnumbered, might try and pops the BKB, then gets the hell out, drops the Split Earth. The Surge on Pudge, gonna bite down on top of Leshrac, chowing down. There's the level 2 Necro. Looks like the reinforcements are coming to the die. Here comes Crystal Maiden as well as Enigma, although they looks like they're not trying to get too involved. Lycan now ulting, getting stuck in. As Leshrac did survive, Pudge has been taken out by the wolves in the Necro. I think he accidentally killed them. No, it's still up.
No, it was the Necro, just pure right-click damage from that Necro book and the wolves that got him trapped against the wall. And they're going to keep going in. They do manage to take out the CM, but Enigma is there, does it the black hole up. They're going to get the Darkseer here, and I don't think they'll be able to get any more. They're maybe just going to turn around and say, okay, let's take Roshan now.
Or, I mean, Doombringer could just, he's going to farm. And I'm just wondering if he will eat that Taskmaster. Oh, he's already got one. He is going for JO's speed. Well, not quite JO's speed demon build, because he didn't get the drums. JO, in fact, did do Vanguards and drums, and then got the Relic very late in the game, almost 40 minutes But it worked out in the end, and it just made him so freaking fast. It was unbelievable. Although, do they have drums elsewhere on the team? That would also work. Though Enigma, no, he is building that, building the pipe, like you said. I don't think they've got anybody who might go for... Oh, maybe Crystal Man. She's got a bit of spare cash. She could. She could indeed grab it up. Just Venomance up top, really struggling there. Meanwhile, neither team with any wards up at the moment.
There's one at the top lane for the Dire team. So Zenith do have some vision in that top lane.
Is it? Wait.
Yeah.
They're not.
It's called Necromonican Archer.
What?
In the top, in that top lane.
It's not showing up as a ward on my minimap. It looks like I'm just going to dive in there, going to try and clean it. Oh, gets him. Gets cleaned up there by the Necrobook Archer.
Yeah, the wards are not showing up as wards. There's one at both bottom and top for Zenith. Zenith actually have really nice vision up at the moment in those lanes, as they're going to look to see Lycan go down. And yeah, Zenith playing a bit sloppy as of late. They definitely feel that they're in control of this game. The Necrobook 3 is up on Lycan. When they do group together for a push, they're going to be very, very scary.
Yeah, well, at the moment, it really looks like Zenith is just sort of trolling around. They don't really care all that much. As here comes the Radiance for Doom. Now they'll probably push if the pipe... Your pipe is done. Once Lycan's back up, he's got that, like you said, the level 3 Necro book. And it's about time that they could end this. Although, yeah, maybe not. I think this... If I remember the match length correctly, we've got at least another 10 minutes, I think. But we'll find out what happens. We'll find out what happens. Leshrac now still with the BKB. Looks like he's building either the Argonams or the Bloods. I'm expecting a Bloodstone just because it's so damn common.
Yeah.
On Leshrac. It's really damn good. Just it boosts his mana pool up, gives him really good mana regen. Obviously, he's a very, very mana greedy hero. And there was a Basher, and still just holding on this random Boots of Elven skin. I guess maybe he's decided. No. He's sitting on his
possible
money.
Misclick. I'd say it's a possible misclick here. The Bash is a smart item to get against a hero like Lycan. It goes through BKB. He's not actually going BKB, but even in a 1v1 combat, bashing can really build near. That hook on Enigma. The Darkseid back in is there. HY pops the mech and the pipe. He's going to get Ravaged. He's going to go down. And Leshrac as well in trouble trying to chase down Venomancer. Looks like GoG are going to pick up 2 kills here.
Yes, Zenith just give away 2 free kills as Dooming are rolling him. However, no, they don't because the Aegis was on the Leshrac, popping the BKB again down. Now Wade's in, that's Nakes. Doesn't matter though, his Magic Moon doesn't take any damage from the split. Getting slowed down now by Chris Mate as well as the Frostbite. Down goes Tidehunter, down goes Pudge, and Nakes soon to follow, I believe. It's Venomancer, the only one left. Doombringer trying to chase him down with a burn, however, that slow is on him. The poison is slowing him down, the Venomous Gale, preventing him from giving chase. But it looks like we're probably going to lose a Rax here for the Radiant.
Yeah, Lycan is back. He's pushing down the top lane. That tier 3 tower will drop very quickly, and even mid with that Edict up will drop very, very fast as both top and middle Raxes look like they're in a lot of trouble.
It does indeed, as I hear... It sounded a little bit like a buyback. No, but it's apparently not. It did sound like a buyback to my ears, but regardless, anyway, it looks like Nate's getting stuck in the blink out there. I think it was Crystal Maiden with a... She does have a dagger. Just blinked out before Nate's doing any damage. Down goes Venomancer, this time getting run down by the burn there from Doombringer as he gets sucked back in. He's looking very vulnerable. He does go down. Lycan now in the mix. A Frostbite and a hook from Pudge lands it on Leshrac. This Rax still up, goes down. Lycan finishing off now, trying to get the hell out of dodge. He has been slowed by Open Wound, and Crystal Maiden again blinking away out of trouble. But Lycan looking like he's in a lot of trouble here. Although here comes a Black Hole. Black Hole, there we go, catching all 3 heroes. Do we? No, we don't. Hook from Pudge. Gonna save the day. No more freezing fields for Crystal Maiden there. Although it was actually on cooldown anyway. Nake's maybe going to go down. Lycan is dead. Crystal Maiden about to die as well. Malefice should finish off. There we go. Down it goes Nake's. Crystal Maiden did get shattered. And they're not going to follow up on Enigma. Interesting. He's out of mana. I mean, he was dead there. If they decided to press the issue, no way he was getting away from him.
Yep, and these Wolves have snuck in. They could just go for this range barracks if they want. Yeah, they're going to get this range barracks at mid. And Pudge is going to hook one. I think they might just save this range barracks. Pudge with the ulti.
Big saves, big plays.
Yeah. Big plays indeed, man.
Oh, got to keep those Wolves off your towers. As meanwhile, Doom down at the bottom lane. Looks like he's going for an Assault Cruise. Has picked up a Hyperstone there. Which, I mean, at this point in the game, he can kind of buy whatever the hell he wants. He's got 26-minute Radiance, Phase, and Phase Vanguards as well as a Hyperstone. He can kind of do whatever the hell he wants. So you see they're over 20k gold lead for the Dire at the moment.
Yeah, they have complete control and it's their game to lose, and even if they try, I think they may struggle to lose this one now. As Lycan is going to pick up a Sange of his own. Is he maybe going to go for the Heaven Halberd? I don't know. I mean, it's okay for the evasion against Nags, but obviously Nags is the rage. You can get rid of the disarm effect, but still an okay item, as it looks like Zenith want to maybe end this. They're heading towards bottom lane. They're not all quite there yet. Lycan is a bit far behind. Lycan's actually popped his ultimate to get there sooner. It does it with 40-second cooldown, so it's not that bad to just use it for the movement speed, as now Zenith looking to break on in.
Well, he's not really there for the DPS at the moment anyway. He's just popping the Necro Book and helping push. Most of the DPS right now is coming from Leshrac and Doom, I would say. So not a huge loss. I mean, only 16, 15 seconds left. They could just hold off. They wanted. Malthus goes down top of Pudge. He also gets Doom. Split Earth as well. There's the back in. The Wall of Replica. The Poison Nova gets popped. Pudge gonna die for sure. And Leshrac tearing through Darkseer's health. Can he just get away? No, he gets body blocked by Enigma. Getting on the wrong side of him. It looks like Tidehunter is down as well. And now Nakes is back in the mix. He's in a lot of trouble though. Does pop the rage. Lycan with his ult is already back up. Split Earth catching the Nakes. Lycan tanking the fountain damage there. They're not mattering too much. And there are the GGs. I mean, they've got this. Here come the Megas for sure. There's no way they're going to be able to hold this off. So what? We've actually got half hour between now and our next scheduled match, do we not?
That's about right. I'll see if these teams will be ready at all earlier, but the next match will be SQL, Sequential Gaming, up against... I'm sorry,
hell.
New Illusion Esports, the Thai team.
It's SQL, so I mean, we should probably tell them the match is half hour earlier anyway.
Yeah, that's very true, man. I'll be like, I'm gonna tell them now, get in the game, this is the password. It's gonna be like, okay. By the time it's time to start, they'll probably just be getting their 4th or 5th in the game, as Zenith looking to do some fountain diving here. They're probably going to take a couple of losses here, as Lycan is going to, well, no, he avoids the fountain, decides not to go in. Doom, once again, Chuan, overextending a bit at the fountain. But yeah, next game should be coming soon. That's going to be, SQL vs New Illusion. The third game is one I'm actually really looking forward to. Tongfu, the Chinese team, up against Ice. Ice, who have been looking very strong. Even though they came through the qualifier, they have been very impressive. And Tongfu, I mean, they're Chinese. What more needs to be said?
See how they do. And just some final thoughts on this game. I really, like, Zenith obviously played really, really solid. I don't think they made any serious misplays apart from where they were obviously screwing around towards the end. But I've got to say, like, it is a pretty good example of why Pudge does need a very solid hand playing. He's a very hit and miss hero. And, well, if you make mistakes, it's a bit of a problem, is it not?
Yeah, it really can be. And I think GoG here, definitely the drafting, they gave away Lycan as well as the Leshrac and Enigma. Those 3 heroes with all that pushing power, great laning control. I mean, you can give away those heroes. They needed to pick up some strong laning heroes of their own. Instead, they went for a 4 melee hero lineup. The Pudge is not the best hero for dominating the laning phase. Same goes for heroes like Darkseer, Lifesteal. Their lineup is more for like farming and fighting later on, but they needed to in the laning phase. They needed heroes like the Windrunner, like the CM, like an Earthshaker, which they just didn't have.
Yeah, I think most of those were unbanned. Well, Windrunner was banned. Obviously, CM was picked. I'm pretty sure Earthshaker was still available. As Pudge busy hooking more creep because he can. He's trying to keep them off the shrine. I think he's hooked more creep than heroes so far this match. But anyway, game has been won, of course. Shout out to Zen, who did control this match from the beginning and really prove how damn strong they are. But guys, you've been listening to Triumphant Man and God's Cast, the Gigabyte Dota Masters tournament. We will be back in about half an hour with another match. So stick around or just, well, do whatever the hell you want. I'm not the boss of you.